Hello, everyone. Good morning. Dear authors and invited guests, welcome to the technical session 1B. Myself, Aarti Mohan, and this session would be moderated by me. On behalf of Global Knowledge Research Foundation, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all to the 8th International Conference on Smart Trends in Computing and Communication SMARTCOM 2024, Pune, India. The 8th edition of the conference is being organized in a hybrid mode. The physical event is being organized today in Pune, and the virtual event is being held through Zoom today and tomorrow, that is 12th and 13th January 2024. I hope you all will be enjoying this knowledgeable and interactive session throughout the day. In this session, we have 10 presentations. Each presenter will be given 8 minutes for the presentation and 2 minutes for the question and answer session round. On 7 minutes, I'll raise a gentle reminder. There's another request to all the participants that you all stay connected till the closing remarks. If you have any query or any update, then write it to me or the co-host in the chat box. Has ma'am joined? Yeah, okay. Before we get started, I would like to introduce you all to the chair of the session. The session chair for this session would be Dr. Monica Rathore.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am. Dr. Monica Rathore is currently associated with International School of Informatics and Management, Jaipur, as an associate professor. Ma'am has over 15 years of teaching experience of MCA. She's a research supervisor at Rajasthan Technical University, Kota, and currently under her supervision, 6 students are pursuing PhD in computer science. She has published more than 20 research papers in reputed journals. Ma'am, it's my pleasure to have you on board for the conference.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Now, I would like to start with the papers. First of all, I would like to invite Lakshmipriya Gigi to present her paper on a framework for real-time crowd behavior monitoring system based on human activity recognition in surveillance video. You may please start with your presentation.
Thank you. Could you please provide permission for sharing my screen?
You may please proceed.
Yeah, hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Okay, fine. So good morning, one and all present here. I'm Dr. Lakshmi Priya. I'll be presenting this session on behalf of my colleagues. So the title of the paper is a framework on real-time cloud monitoring system. One second. Okay, so basically, when we are talking about a crowd monitoring system, we come into certain things which are being listed right here. First of all, I'll be covering the introduction part, challenges and computational techniques, what is being faced during the literature review, and some of the proposed frameworks and block diagrams of the work what we are trying to come up with, the advantage of the proposed system and integration plan, followed by conclusion and future works. So When we talk about this crowd monitoring system, first of all, let me say some of the applications where this cloud monitoring system will be likely suitable. So when we wanted to count the population, and similarly when we wanted to monitor the events, public events or disaster management, safety monitoring, military management or suspicious activity detection, we go with this crowd monitoring system. So, in addition to this crowd monitoring system, our focus will be mainly on crowd behavior monitoring system, where we wanted to analyze what are the behavior that is being identified in the crowd. Okay, so why we have selected this particular domain right here is in India, for past few years, based on the statistics which is available in NCBR, we have came to know that the crime rate is keeping on increasing, and similarly this crime rate need to be observed. And when it is considered as a crime rate, it's like it can happen in the public or it can be domestic crimes also, wherein we focus mainly on public crimes, where we just focus on the crowded area where we can have surveillance camera in order to monitor the real-time behavior and suspicious activity of the people who are being present in the crowd. So this particular paper, what I'm presenting right here, it deals with the real-time behavior monitoring using surveillance video analysis. So as a continuation of this, based on the literature survey, we came to know that there are not much literature reviews that are engaged in the real-time video processing in order to identify the abnormal events. So there are lots of papers available which are based on crowd behavior monitoring in an trained environment. It means like when we have a real-time data, by then on-fly data, by then the detection process is quite difficult, and and also how to differentiate between the normal activity and abnormal activities is really a tougher task. Why it is considered as a tougher task right here is, for an example, when I'm in a bank, if someone is coming out of the bank, by then it's okay, it's not an issue at all. However, whenever someone is rushing out of the bank or running out of the bank, it means like there is some sort of a suspicious activity that might happen inside the bank environment. The same thing if I'm talking about the marathon race. Okay, so by then also there are some kind of activity happens where that is considered to be a normal activity. So the differentiation between the abnormal activity and normal activity, it depends upon the situation where we are imposing this system. So that itself is a main challenge in monitoring the real-time crowd behavior analysis. So in that case, there are lots and lots of works which is being related to this. The main thing is based on the urban security, and it's based on the crowd behavior, where our objective is to mainly focus on public areas, which includes like city centers, stadium, malls, and airports. So what is the demand of this particular topic right here is, it dynamically changes and the crowd scenario keeps on evolving. And also suppose if we say like some set of people are running towards a particular direction, by then we cannot come to a conclusion that it is a suspicious activity. Instead, they may be running for a social cause, or they may be coming up with some personal things. So we need to differentiate between the normal and abnormal activities. So in the literature review paper 1, 2, and 3, they mainly focused on the urban security and real-time detection of this abnormal activity. And there are some statistical approaches that are being used in order to identify this abnormal activity. When these statistical approaches are being involved, the computational complexity of the system keeps on increasing. So when the computational complexity increases, by then employing that statistical approaches for a real-time processing is quite difficult. So in that aspect, researchers have just gone into reducing the frame size, because we are going to handle with the video which is going to be in a huge amount. So for that purpose, they have just came across with a video frame downsizing. And video frame downsizing is not simply like reducing the content. Instead, we have to extract the sufficient or representative keyframes from the video frames. That too, it should happen on a real-time basis. So in that case, the computational complexity problem is being sorted out. However, the patterns that are being recognized during this key band or keyframe representation needs to be in a sequential manner. So we need to keep in our mind the content of that is the visual content of the video should remain same, wherein the reduction need to take place. So in paper 5 and 6, the authors mainly focused in downsizing the video in terms of keyframe representation, and they also came up with some dimensionality reduction techniques to perform this video frame downsizing. So from this, what they have done is like they also used some supervised learning techniques in order to perform this crowd monitoring. However, compared to that of supervised systems like machine learning algorithms, there is a need for some visual features where that based on that visual features, we can easily identify the abnormal and normal sequence which is there in the video. So for that purpose, many researchers, they have focused on deep feature based models, which has been discussed in the literature review 9 to 17, where their focus is on a convolutional neural network. So this particular network is being used widely since 2005 for larger applications, and mainly when we talk about video related data, by then this convolutional neural network provides us a better deep feature extraction. In addition to that, they have also gone with long short-term memory model and recurrent neural network model. They also came up with some temporal and spatial detectors, and GAN networks have been used where we couldn't find a better or more training data for the processing. They also came up with ResNet and C3N, followed by a multi-instance learning model. So these are some of the models that are being used in order to extract the visual features, that too more specifically the deep visual features of that from that video, in order to identify the abnormal events in the video sequence. However, when these models are been working on, but what is a major problem right here is combining this model, or we should come up with a efficient model in terms of accuracy, also in terms of computational efficiency. So in that aspect, when we were coming up with when we are coming up with a lot of literature reviews, we found that a particular model cannot be suitable for this particular detection process. So what we have done is we have categorized
Excuse me, ma'am. Lakshmi,
yeah.
can you please wrap up fast? Actually, we have already passed 7 minutes so
Oh,
far.
I'm so sorry. I'm
So
sorry.
can you please come to your main research?
Sure. So the main objective is to come up with a framework for a real-time crowd behavior monitoring system based on identification of the human activity in the surveillance video. So this is the proposed framework. We have this data collection, where data collection is taken from a CCTV video, and then the video is being enhanced, and based on the collected information, we perform pre-processing where the keyframes for the video is being selected, and from there we move on to this human detection and tracking. So based on this human detection and tracking, each and every particular person is being given with a tracking, and their activities are being monitored. From these human who are being detected and tracked, we extract this deep feature, and this deep features is being given as an input for this activity recognition system. Basically, this activity recognition system, what we are going to use right here is, it's a hybrid model which makes use of CNN with RCNN, and then we just make use of this activity recognition. Once the activity is being recognized, then we move on to this DTR CNN model, where the behavior of the human activity is identified, whether it is a normal behavior or abnormal behavior. Once this is being identified, immediately an alert and annotation is being sent to the concerned representatives, where there will be the annotation will be done using the semantic representation of the visual content. So this is the overall framework of our proposed environment. And in order to perform these sections. We have this video capturing, video enhancing, keyframe selection, followed by how to model this activity detection and analysis, and how to identify a particular person or a face in that model. So all sort of deployment is being done in this phase, and then we move on to this model implementation, where we use this convolutional network or recurrent neural network to perform this task. In
Excuse me,
addition to this,
ma'am, could you please wrap up with
yeah,
the
that's all. Only two more slides are there. Okay. So the final thing is like we use this deep transfer RCNN network in order to identify whether there is an abnormal activity or normal activity within that video. This particular network is being proposed by us, and we are just working on it to come up with an efficient model, which will be giving you a deep feature for our analysis. So the next thing is once the normal and abnormal activities are identified, we use the semantic interpretation, which provides like what kind of activity that has been happened in that environment. So the training and validations are done right here. And some of the advantages right here is it can be used for proactive crime prevention. It can be integrated with the crime database. Evidence for investigation is being done right here. So in this, one main advantage right here is we need not to have all the training data set in our repository. Instead, we can make use of the training data sets which is available in the crime data set database, where we come up with the learning of federated learning addition to this deep transfer learning. So here is the integration plan, where we combine our model in this NCRB crime database, and followed by we give some personal information to the monitoring system in order to make this policy and crime management. So here is the conclusion of the work. And since we have started this work a few months back, it's in a initial stage, and the framework has been done, and we are right now implementing the activity recognition. Once the activity is recognized, then we will be moving on to identify whether the activity is an abnormal activity or normal activity. So here are some of the references. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Lakshmi. Few observations. Like in the very first slide, you have used some statistical data, some survey data.
Yeah.
Yes, crime reporting in India.
Yes.
So it is actually suggested that whenever we are using any survey data or any statistical research data, we should always give the citation of that particular research.
Yeah, I have given that in reference, but I forgot to mention it right here. I'm sorry for it. It's taken from NCBR.
Yes. And one more thing, that as you have mentioned that you have used some deep learning model like RCCN and CNN.
Yes.
So how did you come up with those models only? Have you already been researched regarding the different models, and then you have come up with these two models? Do you have any research papers regarding that? Have you
Yes.
studied?
Yes.
These
Already.
are giving
Yeah.
results.
Yeah, already we have worked using this CNN model. Okay, so we have developed a 3D CNN model for this activity recognition. So as a next step, this 3D CNN model, whatever we have developed, is not appropriate for identifying the abnormal and normal activity. Instead, we can say some kind of activity is happening. Okay, so we need to differentiate between the normal and abnormal activity. So in that aspect, we need few more features in order to identify which is normal and which is an abnormal activity. So in that purpose, we came up with this deep transfer RCNN, where the depth of that network will be more compared to that of a normal 3D CNN model, which we have proposed. Okay. So when we
actually,
come up,
there is only one suggestion, that whenever we are saying that we are using these two models for our research, so actually you are supposed to give the reference of the research papers also, that these research papers say that these models will work better in that particular scenario. So if we give some reference to the research already, the research which is being carried out, then it actually sounds very authenticate. That is only a suggestion from my end.
Okay.
Okay, Lakshmi, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your suggestion. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, we are moving on to the next presentation. I would like to invite Monisha GB for presenting her paper on detection of online fake review using deep learning.
Hi, yeah.
Please start with your presentation.
Other participant can stop sharing.
Yeah, it's already stopped.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, good morning to one and all present here. My name is Monisha GB. I am presenting with the co-authors Dr. Jyoti S. Naik. We are from BMS College of Engineering, Bangalore. My paper title called Detection of Online Fake Review Using Deep Learning. These are the contents: abstract, introduction, literature survey, problem definition, objectives, methodology and implementation, some result analysis using CLSTM and RNN, model performance graphs of both CLSTM and RNN, then references. Abstract. So this work approaches centers a model built using deep learning. So here I have used CLSTM, which is tailored to uncover fake reviews in online context. So substantiate data set comprising genuine or a fabricated reviews. The CLSTM model, which becomes adept and distinguishing between two categories. So this model attains an impressive accuracy of 99%, reflecting its proficiency and flagging with the fake reviews, which can accurately. For comparison, we have CLSTM model against the traditional recurrent neural network, that is RNN. The RNN model scored an 85% of accuracy, which is highlighting a superior performance of proposed CLSTM architecture. Then introduction. Today the rise in the online reviews, which has made them a crucial element in forming consumer behavior. So many individuals are frequently turned to reviews which are shared through a social media platform such as valuable resources, and to assist them make well-informed choices regarding various products and services. So therefore, the customer reviews will play a significant part, which is providing an essential feedback to both consumers and the organizations, which they allow the business to gather the information on what consumers like or dislikes about services and their products, and to make a necessary improvements. The customer can aid prospective purchases in purchasing decisions, which lead to a more satisfying shopping experience. Literature survey. Here I have referred authors called Swati and Patil. Project title they have done is spam review analysis and detection system. Methodology they have used opinion mining and machine learning methods. Here, by considering a product video and the user which can be sure about the product which is available on the application and or not, and they can review that too. Then again, some Wang and Meng and CIO are their project title called Fake Review Detection, which is based on multiple feature fusion and rolling collaborative training. Methodology they have used multiple feature fusion, feature extraction, rolling collaborative training. Here in this, they are by combining a diverse function, which is employing by a dynamic training approach, the system enhances the accuracy in identifying a fake reviews. So another one is author Wang and Jian Cheng. Project title they have done is extracting and summarizing effective features responses from online product description and reviews. A concise text mining approach they have used. This approach will not only keep the consumers making happy and purchase decision, but also they make us to like users to understand their product and the competitors' products, which might provide insights to their product development. Another one is Santoshi Kumari, opinion mining based fake product review monitoring and removal system. She has used Navy bias and random forest method. In this, by applying this model, one can know the number of spam reviews on website or application, which is quickly or instantly, which is can be scaled to get higher accuracy about 89.487, and which is more flexible. Problem definition. So fake review, we know that fake reviews can skew overall perception of a product or a services. A business which is may receive a large number of fake reviews, but gives the impressive that their product is higher quality than actually it is. So these fake reviews will give overall perception, and this leads to a disappointment of customers who purchase the product already by considering these fake reviews, and that can also which harms to the reputations of the business. So objective is to identify the limitations and challenges of CLSTM model in detecting deceptive content and to propose the strategies for refining and model's accuracy and effectiveness. Here is to compare and contrast the accuracy of the recurrent neural network model as well as the CLSTM model within the setting of a bogus reviews, and to ascertain the reasons which is behind on observed differences, and to evaluate the model performance on a diverse set of review platforms and domains. This is the proposed system. In this, to prepare a review for data analysis, NLP pre-processing technique are applied. These technique involves a various steps such as stemming, stop word removal, tokenization, lemmatization, and which is by integrating RN and CLSTM pre-processing technique. The proposed system which aims to achieve an accurate, efficient, and detection in the fake reviews. So
Ma'am,
this,
could you
yeah,
please conclude your research?
yeah, ma'am. This is a high level design. I'll explain this. This is dataset. I have used Amazon review dataset as it contained 21,000 of record, 10,500 real and 10,500 fake. Then data pre-processing. Here by considering a stop word stemming, punctuation mark removal, which are employed in a subsequent stage. Before it is punctuation removed, text is divided into phases paragraph. Each dataset will have developed as a part of stemming process. Feature extraction. Here, features are selected from the pre-processed information, linguistic characters, and some relational features, which are two primary types of features. They are used to identify a bogus reviews. Here, I am analyzing the verified purchase feature based on the reviewers. Result analysis. Here, I have got 99.17% for CLSTM, and accuracy plot graph is gradually increasing, loss plot graph is gradually decreasing, and for comparing with the RNN, I have got 84.83%, much difference compared to CLSTM and RNN. Model performance graph, accuracy and loss graph is increasing. It is not high as CLSTM. This is a conclusion. I can conclude that deep learning and natural language processing are used to create CLSTM based approach, which is promising solution and preserves problem for fake reviews, which is ability to achieve the high accuracy rate holds great potential in fostering a more trustworthy online consumer environment. These are the references which I have referred. Thank you. Hello?
Yes, Monisha.
Yeah, ma'am.
Which softwares you have used for your research work?
I have used Jupyter Notebook.
Okay.
Yeah. Through a Python, I have done all through a Python coding.
Okay, Monisha. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Monisha. Now we are going to proceed with the next presentation. I would like to invite J. Jyotishwari for presenting her paper on enhancing dysarthria detection, harnessing ensemble models, and MFCC. I think ma'am is not there in the meeting.
Ma'am, please invite the next one.
Yeah, sure. So I would like to invite Ms. Priyanka for presenting her paper on evolution of ChatGPT and different language models, a review. Ma'am, could you please start with your presentation?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
ma'am.
Starting with my presentation.
Yes. Okay.
Is my slide visible to you?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay. So my topic is the evolution of ChatGPT and different language models, a review. So as we know that ChatGPT is taking up in the market and it's a very hot topic in the market. So I have tried to review its performance and what are the challenges it has and how it can be improved in the future. All this I have reviewed in this paper. So as we know, artificial intelligence and machine learning has shown huge revolution in the past years, and NLP and machine learning models has a great role in these systems. So ChatGPT, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an open AI. It uses language models, and how it is trained? It is trained with a large text corpus of data, and it behaves like a human and has human intelligence. So there are various versions of ChatGPT. It has been evolved from number of times, like GPT-1, GPT-2, GPT-3, GPT-4. These are the timeline of GPT. So GPT-1 was launched in 2018 and it was trained in 117 million parameters. And GPT-2 was trained in 1.5 billion parameters. As we can see, by the evolution of time, the parameters are changing. And this is how our GPT is getting more intelligent. So GPT-4 is launched in 2023, and we can see that GPT-4 is more intelligent than ChatGPT, which is GPT 3.5 version. So these are the literature review. Some of the researchers have compared the performance of ChatGPT. So first, research work is based on comparison of BERT and GPT. BERT is similar to language ChatGPT, which is a large language model only, and they have concluded that GPT model has good result in text summarization as compared to BERT. And next paper was chat gpt response to industry 5.0. So as we know that industry 5.0 has been in the current affairs in the market, in the news nowadays, and this is why they have reviewed the paper based on the performance in industry 5.0, and they have seen that chat gpt was seen effective in providing detailed insights about industry 5.0. Next paper is comprehensive analysis of ChatGPT, its background, bias, ethics related issues, and future scopes, and comparison of GPTs has been done there. So in this paper, they have concluded that potential of GPT in continuous transformation in future, and by addressing the challenges associated within it. So these are the literature review. As we can see, ChatGPT 3 to ChatGPT 4 transition and technological advancement is the paper 8, which has shown that GPT 4 has come out to be a powerful AI tool, and it can interact more like human. AI based industry is on the spark and it's in way to grow more. This means that GPT-4 has taken the market, and we know that after GPT-4, GPT-5 is also coming in the market, and it is more intelligent than GPT-4 and GPT-3, as it has been developed into a multi-model large language model which can accept voice-based data, text-based data, video-based data, and image-based data, and as well as give us output in that form also. So this will be a intelligent model as compared to the past models. So how GPT works? GPT works, how it is trained mainly. So the first and foremost step is the collection of large corpus of data, which is taken. Like for example, ChatGPT is trained in billions of data. GPT-4 is trained in a trillions of data. Next step is to train the data and do some prompt sampling. What is prompt sampling? It is like we give some instruction to the machine. We make machine intelligent by giving some prompts. We make a machine to learn to give more correct response and more precise response. So we give some prompts to the machine. So this is how prompt sampling is done in this machine.
Priyanka?
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, Priyanka, actually you are advised to move on your particular research work.
Okay. Okay. So this is the comparison, data collection, trained data and prompt sampling, fine tuning the model, and then comparison of the data, whether is it good or bad, and then feedback model works on reward and for good and penalty for bad. These are the chaining of prompts where number of prompts are given as an input and the output comes in a more intelligent form that machine learns how to give response to the particular prompts. So how GPT work? GPT work is like a transformer. It's a deep learning model that adopts self-attention mechanism. It means that it uses a natural language processing, NLP, and computer vision. There are a number of steps in transformer like pre-processing, tokenization, embedding, encoding, attention, decoding, and post-processing. In the first step, we take a number of text data where we do data pre-processing in this step, in which we remove stop words, punctuation marks, and many more like extra special characters. And next, in tokenization, we split the text into a number of tokens or words or phrases in small words. And next, in embedding, that these tokens are converted into vectors so that the machine or transformer can understand the language in the form of vector. And next comes encoding. These embedded in tokens are encoded into a multi-layer bidirectional LSTM, which is long short-term memory, basically, which works in an artificial neural network function or CNN. Next is attention. Attention mechanism is basically to identify the
Ma'am?
words in the input. Yes.
Ma'am, this is a reminder to conclude your research.
Okay, sure. So these are the steps as we can see. So what is the work outcome? As we know, this is a review paper based on the chat GPT. So it has been concluded by number of work, and basically what is the difference between the past research work and my research work is that I have compared various GPT models as well as their performance and the challenges behind them. Also, I have mentioned the functioning of the GPT, how it can be improved, what are the functioning that can be integrated into it. So after reviewing all the GPT models, ChatGPT has some drawbacks, like it has been trained with the less number of parameters, and GPT-5, which is coming into the market, has been trained with the millions of data. So this will be a very intelligent model. What are the challenges in this? There are many challenges like accuracy and reliability, because when we input some data into ChatGPT, sometimes there are the cases we do not get accurate data, like in form of news or something accurate data we are not able to get it. And there is less diversity of data because as we know, GPT has been trained into a limited number of parameters. So that is why there is less diversity in data, and over reliance on AI, because as we are depending more on AI and we are not manually doing our work. So this is the uh, uh, lagging behind challenges in this paper. And next is explainability, means our model is not able to sorry. Next is inference time, ethical
Yes, Priyanka,
concern.
you are advised to kindly wrap up fast.
Okay, okay. So these are the challenges in this paper, and these are the references which I took from different papers. And thank you.
Okay, so Priyanka, actually you have been carried out some review work in your
Yes,
paper.
yes, yes,
You have studied different models and
yes,
the comparative analysis you have presented in your research.
yes,
So
ma'am.
actually, as this is the review paper, so you are supposed to give focus on the literature review. And in your
Yes,
literature review, you didn't mention the journal names, you didn't mention the author names, okay, and the
okay,
observations and the research gap of those papers.
okay, ma'am.
So you
Actually,
should
in the
have been
references,
carried
I
out
put
the research work very thoroughly, literature
okay,
review
ma'am.
work very thoroughly. Okay. So whenever
Okay, ma'am.
next time you present review paper, so give focus on your literature review first.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Priyanka. Now we are proceeding with the next presentation. I would like to invite Deep Vagani to present his based QR attendance application.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please start with your presentation?
Yes, my screen is visible.
Not yet.
Yes, Deep, it is
Yeah.
visible now.
Okay.
Now it's visible. Yep.
Hello, everyone. My name is Deep Vakani. I am presenting this paper on behalf of my co-authors. The paper title is Location-Based QR Attendance Application, and my paper ID is 2208. In this paper, I have included introduction, motivation, objective, and I will be discuss about our literature survey and limitation of existing work, advantages and tools and technologies which we have used, and our software design which we have made. So let's start with introduction. This paper name is Location and QR based attendance. It is represent this advancement in attendance tracking in educational institute. There are some inefficiencies and uh, problems in attendance management nowadays in education institute. So this research paper introduced an innovative solution to overcome that problems. Let's talk about motivation and objective. So as we know that in today's education system, attendance is very time consuming. So in colleges, every faculty takes attendance every hours, and it's by taking the name or a student ID number. So it is very time consuming, and it's also affect the teaching and learning time of faculty and student both. So to address this, we have proposed one application so that we can verify the students' presence based on their location of the faculty's desired specified range. So we have done some literature survey before starting implementation of this paper. So uh, we have researched some existing application which industries and institute are using to mark their attendance. So some of the examples include UB attendance, smart attendance systems, inbuilt camp attendance, and these are the applications which uses hardware or software based solutions. Some of are using RFID, some of are using biometric verification like fingerprint face detection. Some of are using ML or AI based solution which detect the whole class and find the faces of the students. So these are the papers which uses these methodologies, but there are some limitations in this work, like if the solution is including the hardware, so there are higher maintenance cost and there are higher expenses to install the whole system into the universities and industries. Some other limitations is feature gaps, and there are this application which lacks with some important features. So we have tried to cover that in our application, and these all the solutions are required by the energy and connectivity demands. So if they are using hardware, so continuous power supplement is required during the attendance work. So we have created our application uh, which is based on QR attendance. So faculty can generate a QR of their location, and then when student scan that QR code, so that our application matches the difference between student and faculty, and then calculate the distance, and based on there they mark their attendance. So there are advantages like uh, only accept student attendance if they are from specified location range. Attendance capturement is very fast. Just we have to scan the QR code, and at the time we scan the QR code, all the display attendance details will be displayed on the screen, like class, faculty name, etc. And this attendance record can be exported in the Excel sheet for further review. And we have designed very user-friendly UI for student and both faculty modules. And we have improved some security in faculty modules to avoid data integrity problems. And we have given the facility to track the past attendance, so student can know about the past records. So we have used tools and technologies like Flutter. Flutter is the framework which used to develop an application like for iOS and Android both. And for database, we have used Google Firebase Cloud Firestore. As Cloud Firestore is highly scalable, so uh, we can use it as our convenience. So we have used Dart programming language, which we have used with Flutter, and our programming software was Visual Studio Code. This is our system design flowchart, and in this we have for faculty modules as well as student module. In faculty modules, we have features like profile, generate QR, and history. In student module, we have scan QR, profile, and report. So based on the user register, our system identify whether the applicant is a faculty or module based on they navigate to their respective modules. These are the screenshot of our application. This screenshot display about login screen, register screen, and third screenshot is faculty dashboard. Faculty dashboard has various options like generate QR, attendance, and last QR for uh, sharing the last QR of their uh, attendance into the projector. And we have another module called scheduler. In this, faculty can schedule the all their timetable of yes.
Deep, you please conclude your research.
Okay, ma'am. So when the faculty generate QR based on class and subject name, this QR code will be generated, and this QR code will be shared with the students. And student module, student can log in into their account and scan QR code with their mobile phone, and this type of attendance details will be displayed like student name, class, and subject name. Uh, when students submit, attendance will be marked, and if the student attendance is not in specified location, then it will be rejected. And this is the report of faculty modules, where faculty can view the past attendance by view attendance and share the Excel sheet like third screen. And with this, we are planning to add some future implementation, like we are planning to attach a detailed attendance report, analysis features, and device verification for security, and parent module for openness and parental involvement. So conclusion, we have used Flutter and Firebase to make this robust attendance management system. For this is the very time efficient solution and enabling quick attendance in education institute. Location-based attendance is enhancing the data accuracy and preventing false attendance. These are the references of the past work which we have seen in the before we started implementation. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Deep. Ma'am,
Yes,
please invite the next one.
Yeah, thank you, Deep. So moving on to the next presentation, I would like to invite Tamanna for presenting her paper on risk prediction of diabetic disease using machine learning techniques. Ma'am, could you please proceed with your presentation?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible. You can proceed with your presentation.
Just a second. Huh?
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I am Tamanna, a research scholar from Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for Women. It is an honor to me to present this presentation on risk prediction of diabetic disease using machine learning technique in the presence of high dignitaries. The co-authors of my research paper are Ms. Ritika Kumari, Ms. Poonam Bansal, and Ms. Amita Dev. This is the structure of my presentation. First of all, the introduction, then existing approaches, proposed methodology, result and discussion, conclusion and future work, and then references. First of all, we'll start with the introduction. In the modern era, with our erratic eating habits, has played a significant role in the increased incidence in diabetic disease, which is a metabolic condition and long-lasting condition that result in elevated blood glucose sugar level caused by insufficient insulin synthesis. The dangerous condition affects majority of the people. In addition, diabetes goes untreated as people are not aware about the circumstances. So, a considerable amount of research has been conducted using the machine learning models to anticipate the early diagnosis of diabetes prediction. So the machine learning models which are used applied on the PIMA Indian dataset are 6 machine learning models: logistic regression, support vector machine, random forest classifier, KNN, decision tree, and naive-based classifier. Then we came to existing approaches. The prior research conducted by the researcher on the field of diabetic disease using the machine learning models are Kriti Kangra. In their study, they worked on the main goal to get an accurate machine learning system that make predictions, so they selected the ML methods. The experiment is conducted using the two datasets. One is the German dataset and another one is a PIMA Indian diabetic dataset. So the conclusion derived from this study is that the German dataset having accuracy of random forest 98.7%, whereas the PIMA Indian diabetic dataset having the accuracy of 74%. Another is Sindhu P. Menon, who proposed an intelligence system based on ML that track diabetes patients. They use the components of architectures that include smartphones, sensors, and smart devices for the collection of the measurement. Then, the research conducted by Hoda E.L. Bhausi in their study conducted a review of significant publications on diabetic prediction. They offer an approach for the prediction using the deep neural network, support vector machine, and random forest classifier. They chosen a dataset from Frankfurt Hospital that was experimented, which showed that random forest has more accuracy. Another research was conducted by Shahali Shapibird. In this research, they analyzed actual data sets such as clinical required by doctor in the Indian district of Bandipora. In their paper, they established a system risk of diabetes disease in North Kashmir using ML algorithms. So they found that random forest having the more accuracy. Then we came to Chung Yang Cho. In their study, they utilized the network models. They predicted and used the diabetes related indicators. Then Ritika Kumari, in their study, they combined the Statlow heart disease data set with 4 machine learning algorithms, decision tree, SVM, and random forest classifier and voting classifier. They found that voting classifier would having the more accuracy. Then we came to the proposed methodology. The data collection. We collected the data from the Kaggle repository using the CSV format. The data set we used is the most famous data set, pre-minded diabetic data set. It is the data set which is having the 8 features. The data set having 768 of the patient, out of which 268 of them having the diabetic disease. Then we came to data set pre-processing. We assigned value 1 for the high and value 0 for the low or mid risk. Then algorithmic implementation. We applied the supervised machine learning algorithms like LR, DT, RF, SVM, and KNN using the explicit learn Python library with trained tested. Then we also use some performance matrices like accuracy, recall, precision, and F1 score to validate the procedure as follows. Then we came to the results and discussion. The accuracy for different machine learning algorithms were shown in the histogram, as well as the comparisons were made that SVM performs the better as compared to the other models having 0.77% accuracy. Also, the precision, recall, and F1 score shows that SVM performs better than the other models. So, as if in conclusion, the research conducted by the following results shows that SVM having the best performance detecting diabetes with an accuracy of 77%, followed by the naive bias with an accuracy of 76%. So our study may help the health practitioner for early diagnosis of diabetes, in particular with SVM showing the outstanding accuracy. The future direction for this research will include the additional features and also approaching to the diverse to the dataset. These are the references that I have taken in my research paper. Thank you.
Yes. How many research papers you have studied thoroughly?
I have studied 6 or 7 research papers.
6 and 7. Okay. Are you pursuing your study somewhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, good work. Yes,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much, ma'am.
Thank you, Tamanna. Now, moving on to the next presentation, I would invite Kavita Kumari to present her paper on role of technology, adversity quotient, socio-demographic and health factors in work-life balance, a bibliometric analysis.
Hello, good morning all.
Good morning. Could you please start with your presentation?
Good morning all. My topic of presentation is role of technology, adversity quotient, socio-demographic and health factors and work-life balance, a bibliometric analysis. This is the index part, which topics I have covered in my presentation. Abstract, introduction, literature review, proposed methodology, results, discussions, limitations, future work, and conclusion part. In talking about the introduction part, the concept of work-life balance refers to the necessity of achieving a harmonious equilibrium between the individual's personal and professional life with the aim of effectively fulfilling their job responsibilities. The implementation of work-life balance initiative aims to address and alleviate tensions between work and personal life in order to optimize the different kind of responsibilities. The increasing prevalence of emerging technologies inside work environments enhance the importance of this topic and has the potential to disturb one's personal life also. The implementation of efficient human resource management is of utmost importance for the enterprise and the organization. Extended working hours, which encompasses the overtime and erosion of boundaries between work and personal life, can impede the employee's ability to allocate adequate time to personal affairs or engage in meaningful family interactions. The objective of the study is to provide a thorough and inclusive examination of the existing body of literature about work-life balance. This entails identifying significant themes, subjects, and patterns that have emerged over time, as well as evaluating the prominence and influence of seminal research papers, authors, and journals in the field of work-life balance. The objective of the study is to address the existing knowledge gaps by conducting a bibliometric analysis of the current literature on work-life balance. This analysis will examine the frequency of citation, volume of publication, year of publications, journals of publications, contributing authors, geographic regions of citing authors, and emerging trends and patterns in work-life balance research. The primary objective of this detailed assessment is to pinpoint particular areas that warrant future further inquiry, so providing valuable recommendations for prospective inquiries in this crucial field. Talking about the literature review part, one study conducted by Reiter in 2017 published in the Journal of Applied Behavioral Sciences, the concept of work-life balance has a significant impact on various stakeholders, including men, women, families, and companies. The importance of work-life balance has been widely recognized by different individuals, by organizations, and it is also based on different demographics of individuals, including genders, individuals with or without children, single individuals, and those in committed relationships. The growing awareness of the necessity is to achieve a harmonious equilibrium between one's professional obligations, personal well-being holds significant relevance for both individuals and organizations. Another study conducted by author Ojdi Meyer and published in the Journal of International and Multidisciplinary Journal of Social Sciences. According to the study, the management of a balanced life can yield advantage for employees as well as for the organization. The term work refers to versatile cooking pan that originated in East India, and the concept of work-life balance holds significant significance within the realm of employment. So according to another study conducted by Sudhiro A, the issue of work-life balance is frequently giving rise to stress and has an impact on job productivity. So it is very important for employees' performance. According to another study conducted by Lee H. et al., the increasing prevalence of emerging technologies inside work environments enhance the importance of achieving work-life balance and has the potential to disturb one's personal life also. The implementation of efficient human resource management is of utmost importance for enterprise and organizations. The companies can achieve the desired objectives only if the employees is well satisfied in his personal and professional life. And so it is the duty of organizations to promote the work-life balance strategies and guarantee their well-being, offering training and development opportunities. Then coming to the methodology part, the present work utilized data sourced from Scopus, a highly recognized and extensively employed comprehensive database among researchers for doing bibliometric analysis across the diverse fields. The selection of Scopus as the database of choice was based on its status as one of the most extensive bibliographic resource in diverse realm of scientific research. The keywords work-life balance
Yes,
were
Kavita.
combined with the term. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you are actually suggested to wrap up first.
Okay, ma'am. These are the combined with the socio-demographic, technology, health, and adversity quotient, and the publication ranges from 2002 to 2023. The WAS viewer program was utilized to conduct the bibliometric analysis. Then coming to the result and discussion part, this is showing that the work-life balance had exhibited a limited growth in the years leading up to its widespread recognition in 2016. And the most of the literature part consisted of from 2022 consisting of 158 papers, which is 15.75% of the total work. Then coming in addition to analyzing the documents, type of published papers, the most of the published papers were articles based consisting of 78.5%, that is 788 of the total papers published during the time span. Then using the WordSift's keyword analysis feature, this study first compiled word clouds of the author's keywords, and figure 3 represents all these words. Then these are the clusters made with the help of WAS viewer, and the clusters are showing the themes work-life balance and job performance, with sub-themes health, work conditions, personal satisfaction, job satisfaction, and job performance. Then the second cluster is consisting of workload, mental health, stress management, self-control, outcome assessment. And the third cluster consisted of the main themes role of technology and socio-demographic factors in work-life balance, consisting of sub-themes IT support, social support, psychological resilience, and decision making approach. Then coming to the next part, Coming to the limitations and future work, research on work-life balance has achieved a substantial advancement in comprehending the difficulties and tactics linked to managing one's personal and occupational life concurrently. Nevertheless, similarly to every academic discipline, this field of study possesses inherent constraints and prospects for future investigations. A
Ma'am,
significant portion of current body focuses on Western context. Then coming to the conclusion part, the study aims to investigate the rising trends in work-life balance. The study employed descriptive analysis by doing an examination of scopus analysis. And the present mapping serve establish a correlation between scientific principles and prevailing groupings. In conclusion, this bibliometric research on work-life balance offers a more comprehensive of the results of this study, providing a solid base for future research efforts. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kavita. Ma'am, you are requested to kindly invite the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Kavita. So, on to the next presentation, we have S. Niyanthar Kurtalanathan for presenting his paper on secure access firearm. Could you please proceed with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am. So, hi everyone present here. My name is Neera Gutranathan. Today, I am thrilled to present our groundbreaking project, the Secure Access Firearm System, a technological marvel designed to revolutionize the safety protocols of our law enforcement officers. So, the agenda is follows: introduction, motivation, implementation, limitation, conclusion, and reference. So, coming to the introduction, our project introduced a groundbreaking secure access firearm system, which is designed to boost the safety of our dedicated police officers. By seamlessly integrating the Internet of Things and facial emotion recognition, our system deploys a capacitive fingerprint sensor within the holster, ensuring authorized firearm access. Mounted on the shoulder of our officers is the mini IoT AI camera, recording the high-quality video and audio content. Furthermore, the facial emotion recognition algorithm, powered by a convolutional neural network trained on the FER 2013 dataset, enables real-time identification of unusual behavior. This proactive approach not only enhances officer safety, but also signifies a monumental leap in the fusion of biometric security and emotion analysis. So coming to the motivation part, our motivation stems from the recognition of the challenges faced by our law enforcement officers. In an era where technology can be harnessed to mitigate risk, we aim to leverage advanced system for secure firearm access. Our motivation is rooted in empowering our officers with innovative tools that prioritize air safety, allowing them to respond efficiently to dynamic situations and contribute to a safer environment for both officers and communities. So now let's delve into the core of our implementation strategy. The secure access firearm system comprises three crucial segments, which are biometric sensor integration, real-time video and audio recording, and alert generation using facial emotion recognition. Over the next series of slides, we will explore each of these segments. So first one is biometric sensor integration. The holster
Niyanthar, sorry to interrupt. Your presentation is not visible.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Now, ma'am.
Yeah, now it's visible. Please
Now.
proceed.
So the first one is integration biometric sensor. The holster incorporates a mechanism to secure the firearm and embeds the R502 sensor for biometric access. The Arduino serves as a microcontroller to interface with the fingerprint sensor and control the holster mechanism. The integration process includes initializing the fingerprint sensor, implementing logic to control the holster based on fingerprint recognition, capturing fingerprints, performing identification, and making decision to unlock or deny access. So why R502 capacitive fingerprint sensor? It is the most popular and low-cost capacitive fingerprint sensor available on the market. This chips is designed by integrating image collection and algorithm chips together. The best part about R502 is that it flexible adapts to the condition of the fingers, whether it is right finger, big finger, light texture, or whole finger with a high recognition rate. So there is an RGB light inside the module. So when the fingerprint sensor is on, it shows blue light. When the fingerprint scanning operation is successful, it shows green light. When the operation is failed, it shows red light. It includes a storage capacity of up to 120 fingerprints, a fast recognition speed of under 1 second, and a high resolution image sensor that captures clear and accurate fingerprints. So here we can see the output of the fingerprint. So if you want to store the fingerprint, we should scan 2 times the finger, and it will store the fingerprint with an ID name. And this is for accessing the fingerprint. So for a quick recap, here is the flowchart. First, we should keep a finger in the biometric holster, and it will authenticate the fingerprint. If the fingerprint matches, then it will open the holster, or it will deny access. So the second part is real-time video and audio recording. So here we use the camera called Realtek AMP82 Mini IoT camera, which comes with a JXF37 with a high 5 megapixel full HD image sensor, which allows for high quality video and audio recording. It also has a 130-degree field length, which includes comprehensive coverage. The facilities has this HDR, 3D NR, and WDR, which has a capability for capturing clear and detailed video and audio content. So the Realtek camera is intelligently designed to synchronize with the secure access mechanism by the R502 capacity sensor integrated into the holster. Once the biometric holster recognizes the fingerprint of an authorized user, a seamless communication link is established between the holster and the camera. This triggers the camera to power on, which activates its high quality video and audio. Ma'am?
You are requested to conclude the research.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So the communication between the holster is Bluetooth low energy communication. So it is a low power wireless communication protocol. So after the video recording, it will store in the server, which is using HTTPS and customs APIs designed for the seamless integration. So the third one is alert generation using facial emotion identification. Appearance-based, first of all, we use the algorithm called convolution neural network to classify emotions based on the facial expression. So for detecting faces in video frames, we use a hair cascade classifier. Appearance-based features are extracted using local binary patterns, and geometric features are obtained from facial alignment using a pre-trained shape extraction. And this CNN is trained on the data set, which is called FR 2013, which includes label emotions and corresponding pixel value. So when the unusual emotions are triggered, it will trigger an alert generation through mail, which is used by simple mail transfer protocol. So here you can see the emotions which will classified emotion classification, and here is the alert generation. So coming to the limitation parts, the performance of the biometric sensor may be affected in grammar conditions such as death or damage. And facial emotion analysis is limited to the expression predefined training data set. And real-time communication between the biometric holster and the IoT camera relies on the network connectivity. So in conclusion, our secure access firearm system blends biometric security and real-time surveillance. While proactively identifying unusual behavior, our commitment to leveraging technology for public safety and stands at the forefront of a holistic and diligent approach to modern law enforcement. So here are the references, and thank you.
Yes. My question is that how did you come up with the idea that you should use CNN model for your research?
Ma'am, first of all, we researched with some future papers, ma'am. So from that we came up with CNN.
Okay, so why you didn't include that those research papers in your presentations?
Ma'am, we took more than 10 to 5 to 10 papers, ma'am. I
Okay,
don't know
so
how to.
actually that there is a suggestion that whenever we are saying that we are going to use, we are actually using this model for our research work, then you should always reference those papers first.
Okay,
That how did you come up with those models only? There are
Okay.
variety of models available already. So you
Yes, ma'am.
actually have come up with the idea by reviewing those research. So you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
supposed to give the references of those research also.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Niyantar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now, proceeding with the next presentation, I would like to invite Priyansh Waghani to present his paper on story and post maker application. So could you please proceed with your
Yes, ma'am.
presentation?
I am audible.
Yes, you are. Please share your presentation and proceed with the same.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, your screen is visible.
Yes. My name is Priyansh Vaghani. Today's my paper topic is story and post maker application, and my co-author are Nishad Sheikh, Prathisha, and Priyank Vasoya. And my paper ID is 211. And today's outlines is introduction, motivation, and objective literature survey, limitation of existing work, advantages of our application, tools and technology, software design, conclusion, and references. First is introduction. Nowadays, all the peoples are on social media. They are post their picture or stories on social media. The social media is the one major part of our life. So nowadays, people are worried about how their story look like different from the other people. So they are using the story and post maker application. So we innovate that this application for those people that they post story and post on social media. Motivation and objective of the storywood is that nowadays social media is the one communication with our friends, family members, and family members. So this is the motivation of this storywood application, and the objective is that the social media is not the channel where the people and nowadays more teenagers are share their story, post, and experience. Literature survey. There are many existing app like Story Art, Visual Story, and Story Labs that are reviewed by us before this application we created. And in this application, various limitations are there, like they give the premium features, so user cannot use the high quality pictures, or don't they include the watermark in that story and post. So this gap is reduced by our application. Limitation of existing work. There are many limitations in the existing app. Like I already said that there is a premium features or watermark in that application. That is not liked by the people. Right. Also, there are limited features or limited story and post templates. And many applications are very complex to understand the user. Advantages of our application are that there is no premium feature, so user use any template they want, and this is this application we created in the Flutter. Flutter is mainly for the beautiful UI, so user can easily understand the UI and easily get experience of this application. Tools and technologies are for this application is Flutter Framework, Firebase, Visual Studio Code, Dart SDK, and Figma for the UI element, create the UI of the application. And in this application, we create many templates. All the templates are created by us. There is no copy of any other application. And the system design is that first we start application, user can see splash screen, and after there is a login. User can also skip their login part. Many application having the mandatory login system, but we give the skip option because the many user want to only see the template or story first. If they like this story and post, then they use it. So we give this option skip. After the login, user can see the storage template or post template and customize it any way they want. And from after completing customization, they share or download their story and post on any social media like WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. This is our application screenshot. First user login. If they want to skip, then there is a skip option in the top right corner. Also, if user login, there is a forgot password also are there. After they navigate to the story collection. There are various story templates. From
Priyansh,
yes,
could you please conclude your research?
yes, ma'am. And they customize that picture, kept cropping them. After that, they text editing. You change text style. User can change color, shadow of the text. Also, they share on any social media platform. Or same functionality for the post application, post collection. And the future scope of the our application is to 3D content creation, AI algorithm for the personalized and engaging article. Conclusion of our story and post maker application is water free content and AI driving suggestion is our aim. And this is the some references that we get from some application from Play Store and some research paper are there. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much. Ma'am, kindly invite the next one.
Yeah, thank you, Priyansh. Moving on to the next presentation, I would like to invite Diana Pavlova for presenting her paper on synergizing artificial intelligence and human factors in hybrid intelligence dentistry for automatic prototyping. Ma'am, could you please start with your presentation? Ma'am, are you here? Ma'am, I guess she is not here. So, Jyotishwari for presenting her paper on enhancing dysarthria detection, harnessing ensemble models and MFCC. Ma'am, are you here? Okay. So this brings us to the end of other presentations. Monica, ma'am, would you like to conclude with your remarks? Ma'am, you are on mute.
Okay. Thank you so much to all our presenters for their illuminating presentations and discussions. So we had variety of papers in this particular session. So we have seen that how a real-time cloud behavior monitoring system works using different AI techniques and detection of online fake reviews using different deep learning models. And we have gone through the risk prediction of diabetic disease using different machine learning techniques and the secure access system also. And then we have gone through the role of technology and adversity quotient and the socio-demographic and health factors in work-life balance. So thank you so much, all the presenters and the researchers for your illuminating presentations and discussions. Looking forward for more research like this. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words. I sincerely thank our authors for their excellent presentations and contributions in this session, and all our participants for being a part of this international conference. I hope this session was informative enough. We, on behalf of the whole team, thank you for your support during this 8th version and the previous 7 versions of the conference. We'll be happy to have you in the 9th version in 2025. All the presenters would be getting their digital certificates through email within 2 working days, and further, all the papers would be forwarded to Springer. The publication will be live within 6 months. Kindly cooperate with the team of SMARTCOM 2024. I also thank our session chair, Dr. Monica Rathor, for chairing the session. A token of appreciation to the chair on behalf of the team SMARTCOM 2024 and Global Knowledge Research Foundation and partners. Thank you for your valuable presence, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
I kindly request you all to switch on your camera for a quick snapshot of the virtual conference. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe and take care. Thank you.